Hello everyone, welcome back. World Coin Hunt Day is pounced upon us once again. Over the last few hunts we've been getting some really nice coins getting pulled, mainly because of stirring up the tub and adding a few little lots in, and as you can probably see, I've given it another stir and a lot of the small stuff has started to come to the surface, so hopefully we'll get one or two of those. We've got a few big ones I can see straight away. Chunky beasts like that. Hopefully we won't get too many of those. We get those too often almost because they stand out. They don't sink to the bottom. Right, enough waffle. Let's give this a quick mix. That'll do. And get stuck in. Right, off to the side. Let's have a look. Yep. Go to... That'll do. Right. Tub goes to there. Just see what we can get when it comes to the small stuff now, I suppose. Fingers crossed. Eyes down. Full house. Yeah, bingo. Right. Oh, here we go. 1941. No mint marks. That'd be Philadelphia. American penny. The wheat cent. Yeah, 1 cent. It's the old wheat penny. These do pop up every so often. People keep saying they're rare, but you've just got to look and you can find them. We've probably pulled 2 or 3 of these out in the last, I don't know, half dozen hunts. That's without trying. There you go, 1941, 1 cent from the US of A. Nice little start for a nice little coin. Another small one. Oh, 3 crowns, 2000, 3 crowns. That's Sweden. Yeah. 50 ore, Sweden, 2000. It's quite an up-to-date one. We often get the ones from the 1970s and the 1980s. So that's a nice little addition. I think we've had that one before. But, it's always nice to get again. So, 50 ore from Sweden. What we got there? Australia, 1966. Ooh, that's the 2 cents. Slightly bigger than our 1 pence, and probably about 2/3 the size of a 2 pence. Give you an idea of size. Excuse the grotty nails. I've been digging through this tub all morning, just trying to wheedle out some more of the doubles, and it gets ingrained everywhere. It's horrible. Yep, so there we go. Australia, 1966, 2 cents. We've had those pulled out as well in the past, but not that often. Not recently, at least. Let's give it a dig. There we go. Oh, that's light. Very light. So even a coin. Oh. That is Hebrew, so that's going to be Israel. We've had a few Israeli coins recently. Is that the right way up? Yeah. I do not know what that is. However, I've heard about lightweight Israeli coins in the past. I'm trying to remember what they were called. Pruta. So that will be 10 Pruta. I think it's a part of the old currency. They've gone through so many different variations of currency over the years, like quite a few countries do. But yeah, that's 10 Pruta. As for the year, not a clue. I think this is going to be probably 1950s, 1960s at a push. But yeah, I'm not too sure on this one. But I'm pretty sure it's 10 Pruta, and that'll be Israel. Well, by now you'd have seen the details on the side there, so hopefully I'm right. Otherwise I'll look a complete lemon. Another small one. Aha, Belgium. Now, I said before that I thought this was a soldier, First World War or Second World War Belgian soldier. It's not. It's a miner, because that's his miner's lamp. I was pretty sure about myself as well, saying that was a soldier, but no, it's a miner from what I can understand. Right, what have we got? Yeah, there we are. Belgium, 20 centimes, 1954. Yeah, I mean, why would you have a soldier on a coin, the standard currency, in the 50s? Yeah, 20 centimes, 1954. Belgium. Yeah, I think we've had one or two of those in the past, but it's always nice to get them again. I think we've had slightly bigger versions of that, or currency anyway, because the coins were a little bit bigger, not by much, but they were. Right, what have we got there? Straight away, 5 Jiao, 2006. Yeah, that's China. Yeah, we've had these in the past. This is quite a grotty one, actually. It's all scuzzed up and scratched. We've had these looking almost brand spanking new, very, very shiny, very golden colour looking. But this one, yeah, this one's been used, I'd say. There you go, China, 5 Jiao, 2006. Slovenska Republika, so Slovakia, 1995, 2SK. Well, SK, that's Slovakian koruna. So that's 2 koruna. Standard currency. Don't think they use these anymore. It's a bit odd that that 5 is more worn than the rest of the front of the coin. Makes me wonder if they did something odd with the dating system. Some coins you often find that there's a part of the year is either more enhanced or, in this case, not. And it's something to do with the way they dated the coins. It's almost like they had a preset batch, and it's just a case of put it back into a die and re-stamp it. But it just seems a bit of overkill. But yeah, that's Slovakia, 1995, to Karuna. Is that South African? Nope. Jamaican. I say South African because it's the normal sort of size of something like a rand, and they've got that inner shape. That's Jamaica. There we go. $5, 1996. What have we got on the other side? Ah, the right excellent Norman Manley, national hero. Good on you, Norm. Whatever you did. Jamaica, $5. Don't know how much that is in sterling. 1996. That's probably £1, if that, I'd have thought, value-wise. If that. There we go. I don't think we've had many Jamaica ones. That might be a first, actually. I'll have to look it up. Ooh, Arabic. I do like my Arabic coins. I'm starting to get into those. Right, that I've seen that design before. That's Bahrain, and that date isn't 1970. That's actually a 6. That 7 is a 6. That 0 is a 5. So yeah, I've got the dates across the top for you so you can see. So there you've then got the Arabic dates to go along with it. But that is 1965. So Bahrain, get in. 10 fills. Yeah, we've seen these before. I think we've had 20 or 25 as well. So yeah, it's always nice to get. Very small little country, very small island. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, 100 miles long, if that. There you go. Bahrain, 1965. 10 fills. Oh, that's a biggie. Ooh, nearly dropped it. Great, I nearly dropped the big one, but the small ones I've got no problem getting fingers on them. Right, Island of Jersey, liberated 1945, 1/12 of a shilling. Right, so on the other side should be George V. No, it's Elizabeth. Now you ask, what's Elizabeth doing on a coin with 1945? Well, these, I've covered these before. They were issued between, I think it was 1948, 49, and 53, I think. They were issued privately, but became part of the island's official currency. So it was, as it says there, liberated 1945. It was to celebrate the liberation at the end of the war. So yeah, 1/12 of a shilling. Ah, quite a good condition one actually. Sometimes they're quite banged up, so that's quite a nice one to have. You can just about make it out as well. There's a little bit of toning. If you tilt it and get the light on it, you can get some blues and greens. The green is probably the verdigris from the copper, but the blue is actually from the metal itself. Get that quite a bit on some of those. Ah, nice one. What's that? Ah, yeah. France. Yeah, we've seen these before. God, I never remember which way round they go. That way. There we go. Yeah, because that's northern France up there, and there's the bit that's joined onto Spain. Right, so there we go. République Française, 1977. Upsy down, 10 francs. Yeah, I can't remember what that was for. It was obviously a commemorative. It's not their standard issue coin, but it was circulated. If I can find anything extra, I'll throw a little something down the bottom for you. But yeah, we do see these occasionally as well. So 1977 France, 10 francs. $5? No, that's Portugal. So that's 5 escudos. Yeah, Portugal, 1973. That'd be 5 escudos. Because you could often see a 2.5 escudos, and it goes to $50. So the dollar sign is basically their way of saying point to show a decimal point to split the currency. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 5 escudos. Portugal, 1973. Yeah, we haven't seen a 5 in a while. I think we had a 2.5 thinking about it in the last video. I want to say we did. Oh, I've slept since then. Right, what have we got there? That way. Nope, that way. Yeah, it is that way. Right, Magyar, so that's Hungary. We've had a few Hungarian already in the last few hunts. 1993. 20 forints. Now, I don't know if you watch my 50p hunts. The last one I did, there was a 50 forint coin in amongst the 50p's, and a 50 forint is like this one. It's round. It stood out somewhat from the bundle, and 50 forint is worth about 10 or 11 pence. So I was diddled by about 40p. So this is a 20 forint, so it's going to be a fraction of that again. It's probably worth, I don't know, 4p, 5p. I don't know. Not a great deal. So they're very, very common. I know that. 1993, Hungary, 20 forint. Yeah, we've seen a few Hungarian over recent hunts, but it's always nice to get them because they're easy enough to recognise. Once you realise that it doesn't say Hungary, it says Magyar, and you can recognise countries with foreign names by their correct spelling based on the country, you're onto a winner. Bit of knowledge goes a long, long way then. Right, 2002, 5 somethings, and that's Morocco. So that will be, I want to say 5 dirham. Upsy down. Don't know who that was off the top of my head. Probably one of the kings of the region. 2002, 5 dirham. Yeah, Morocco. I say dirham. It's dirham, I think. Dirham. And plural's obviously got an S on the end. Dirhams. Yeah, nice little bimetal one, that one. Excellent find. I do like some of these Arabic-based coins. Like I say, I've said it before. The fun with doing world coin hunts is learning all the foreign languages bit by bit. You don't need to be fluent in any of them. You just need to be able to read some of the writing and especially recognizing the numbers, and you're well away. Right. Elizabeth II, that is a small coin. I want to say, I think we had one of these in the previous couple of hunts. Sixpence. Yep. 1954. Sixpence. Very, very common. Anything like this, I said before, sixpence, farthings, pennies, halfpennies. On the whole, 99% of them are as common as ever you'll ever get. All the way up to obviously 1967. Even in 67, the last year of mintage of pre-decimal coins, they still went overboard really and threw a load out into circulation. But this one, 1954, it's one of the first years she was around on the throne. Again, they would have flooded the market, so this will be an extremely common one to come across. But yeah, always nice to see. I do like a sixpence. Pre 46, 47, it would have had silver content. That is just copper nickel. I had a feeling that one of these was going to show up. 20 centimes, 1963, from France. We've got a load of these in here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've taken a load out, yet they still keep appearing. I keep missing them somehow. There are that many tucked away. Very, very common, not worth a great deal at all. 20 centimes, 1963, from France. Not going to go too deep into that one, that's for sure. Oh, sticky fingers. Right. Oh, here's a nice one with some of the blue sheen I was saying about. Nice. So what's that? That's a 1 Quetzal. So I'm going to say South American. Yeah, Guatemala. So up the right way. Republica Guatemala 2013. 1 Quetzal. Not sure what that would be the equivalent of. It's either a tenth of a peso or tenth of it. I don't know what other currencies they might have down that neck of the woods. But Quetzal, yeah, it's quite an unusual sort of name. That's right, I'm just thinking out loud more than anything. But there you go, 1 Quetzal, 2013, Guatemala. I'll dig down. Oh, that's old. Grotty. On Earth. Hang on. That is old. Yes, that is old. That is 200 years old. George V. George V? What am I on about? George IV, sorry. George V was a little while later. Yeah, because George IV was 1820 to 1830. So this looks to be a halfpenny. They don't actually say halfpenny or anything like that. There's no actual value. You had to know your coins. But that date, I cannot work that out. Actually, is that definitely 18 something? Trying to get the light on it. Well, what I'll do during edit, I'll see if I can get my little microscope thingy out and have a closer look at that. But that is going to be something between 1820 and 1830. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to say an 1820s halfpenny George IV from the UK. Nice. And that was Great Britain at that point as well, with the current flag, because that changed about 20 years before this coin came out. Right. Excellent. Bit on the grotty side. I don't think I've got one of those. Grotty or otherwise, that's going to end up in my collection. Stick that in a flip and save it away for a rainy day. Sell it in a few years' time and retire on about 50p. Right. Oh, it's the French again. Another bimetal, 10 francs, 1991. Yeah, we get these quite often as well. I've got rid of a few, but there's a fair few bimetal coins in there, and they're not all these 10 francs. So I'm probably missing them, thinking they are other countries. I mean, you had this one from Morocco. It's like inverted, silver on the outside, gold on the inside, whereas the French is the other way. So there's going to be a few others in there, but yeah, common as muck. 10 francs, 1991, from France. This is quite a thick coin, actually. 10 escudos, so we're talking Portugal again. That way? That way, yeah. No. That way. Republic of Portugal, 1991. 10 escudos. Don't think we've seen this particular one before. Nice gold colour. The camera's not giving it its due. I mean, it is really, really gold coloured to the naked eye. Excellent. Okay. If I find anything else out about this one, I'll put something in, because it seems a little bit, I don't know, almost sort of commemorative-y sort of thing. Something tells me there's something going on there. I'm probably wrong. But that's 10 escudos in Portugal, 1991. Right, so there's our 20. Let's see if we can do a few more. Tell you what, if I just move that there, move those up to there, move that back to there, and I can put them across the bottom. Right. Oh, flicking coins everywhere. Oh, hello. Who are you? What's that? Dual dates. 1847, 1912. Oh, the fact there's a line through the L tells me this is Polish. Boleslav Prus. Not a clue. 1975, 10 zloty. Commemorative, maybe, given that it's got dual dates on the front and somebody I don't recognise, so it might be a leader. Oh, hang on. Wasn't he a poet? Something tells me he was a poet. I'm sure. I've either seen the name or I've seen the coin. Something just triggered my grey matter to say I think this was a poet. Nothing really on the back. Nope, nothing extra there. But yeah, I think that chap, Mr. Prus, was a poet. So, there we go. Poland, 1975, 10 zloty. With what I think was a poet. Oh, Greece. I love that design. That phoenix coming out of the flames is absolutely amazing. I saw it on one of the other coins we pulled from a previous hunt, and I actually went looking to see if I could find a colorized version of it. There isn't one out there. Not that I could find anyway. Because that would make an amazing tattoo. Just don't tell my missus until it's done. Yeah, 1973, Greece, 1 drachma. And the owl, and I think I've said it before, that owl always looks like the owl from Jason and the Argonauts, but I don't think it is. Doesn't look robotic enough. But yeah, there we go. 1973, Greece, 1 drachma. Ooh, there's a chunky one. Oh, another bimetal. There you go. What was I saying about bimetal coins? No, it is that way up, isn't it? That's a 2. That's a 0. That's sorry, a dot. Yes, the dot's supposed to be a 0. That's a 5. So that's a 250. Sure of it. Date across the bottom: 1, 3, 7, 5. So 1375. 1375. That would make that roughly mid-90s, I think. I think that is. I want to say that's Iran. We've not had that many coins from Iran. We've had a few from Iraq, Syria, Jordan, but Iran, very rarely. So, yeah, I think so. If that's 250, that would be reals. They do reals in Iran, or at least they did. I don't know if they still do, but I'm pretty sure it's 250 reals. And I'm going to guess mid-90s. Again, details would have been on the side of the screen by now. Mid-90s, 250 real from Iran. I have not seen an Iranian coin for quite some time. That's nice. That is nice. Upside down again. Oh, they're Polish. 1949. Oh, okay. So just about post-war. 1 zloty. And this is aluminium as well, which falls in line with what was going on at that point. Yeah, there we go. I'm not too sure what that says. It's something like People's Republic or something like that. I can never remember. But 1949, yeah, that's when the Russians were trying to stamp their boot on the country to put it behind the old Iron Curtain. That's 1 zloty, 1949 from Poland. I think we've had that one before. It's got some nice ones to have. Right, last ferret. We've already had, what was it? That's that 24? Yeah. 25th coin, New Zealand, 1 penny, 1952. And there's the king. There we go. George VI. Last coinage issued for New Zealand with his profile. Is that some sort of, I want to say thrush? I'm not sure. But yeah, 1 penny, New Zealand, 1952. So that's 25. Tell you what, let's just do one more. It's a chunky one. 50 buttots. Bootuts? Almost sounds rude. What's that? Is that some sort of Arabic? Don't know. Oh, Gambia. We had a Gambian coin last hunt, or the one before. And we've not seen them before. It might be from a bundle that I threw in not so long ago. 1998, Gambia. 20 buttots. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce that any other way because it could be wrong anyway. But, oh, that's nice. So we've got that one from Gambia. Tell you what, I'm going to do one more. I do like these hunts. Another aluminium. Oh, another French. Why do I bother? Go away. 1 franc, 1942. Yep. That was issued by the French. 1942, so it's wartime currency. One of my favourite eras. Any wartime currency. But yeah, these are fairly common. You do find these every so often. And being aluminium, they must have made absolutely millions of the things. But that's 1 franc from France, 1942. Ooh, what's that one? He says, having a quick nosy. Nope, not interested in that one. Ooh, what's that one? We have that one. 10 centimes. Belgium, 1927. There we go. Bonus pull, as it were. Yeah. Belgium, 1927. 10 centimes. I think we've seen that one before. The state of my fingers. Disgusting. Right. Let's get that out of the way. Pull those over. That's better. Right. Now, there's some nice coins there. Some we've definitely not seen before. And a few, obviously, naming no names that we have. But I think my pick of the week, he says scanning down through, is either this one, the Iranian one, or the old penny. To be honest, the old penny, I could probably get hold of a much better condition one. All right, I might have to pay out for it, but I can get a better one. Iranian stuff, you don't see that often. So I am going to go for that one as my pick of the week. So that's the 250 reals. I'm guessing mid-1990s. Probably not worth a great deal. It's always just interesting to be able to get your hands on these things, because if you think back, mid-1990s in Iran, all the things that have been going on recently, everything that's been going on in the Middle East for the last 40, 50 years, these guys were at the center of it all. It was the Arab Spring in the late 70s. That was in Iran. But that's getting political. I try not to be political on this channel if I can help it, but I do reference it for historic purposes. But yeah, that one, that's my pick of the week. So if you've got a favourite out of that little lot, pop it in the comments. Let me know. But please consider clicking a like, leaving a comment, whether it's your pick of the week or any other observation. Maybe even hit the subscribe button. That would be a real big help. And clicking the share button as well. Get me out there to even more people. And above all, take care, folks, with the weather we've been having. I know it's been a hard one for many people. Look after yourselves. I'll catch you next time. Cheers all.